चलो
सचिन द साइड में
मैं का
मैम सामने
सामने एकदम मनीषा मैम हो गया
बहुत फैन को उधर भी आने दो ना फैन को उधर भी आने दो
यहाँ पे
to contribute to social consciousness. Actually, I could go one step further and say
बोलो ना वो हट जाएंगे हमारे यहाँ
so this is a big campaign social is also doing. They're helping us to spread the message on mental health and happiness to the generation. I think most of the guys that who come here are our target population in the social. So first I request Devashri to say a few words.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. As the editor of the book, I would like to put the book in a very different context. In the context of Western philosophy and Western philosophers, many years back, in this early 1700s, French philosopher Descartes, who is believed to be the father of modern Western philosophy, he said, "I think, therefore I am." 3 centuries later, someone else, another Frenchman named Jacques Lacan, would give a different spin to it. He would say, "I think where I am not. Therefore I am where I do not think." That sentence is complicated, and what does it mean? And how does it tie up with Dog's book? What he meant by that sentence, among other interpretations, is this. He was referring to the unconscious patterns which compel us to behave in certain ways, repeat certain actions which we do not fully understand. And what he's saying that, unfortunately, these patterns that we repeat are not those of joy, but mainly they are those of grief, of sadness, and Doc is doing just that for you. He is actually helping you unravel those unconscious patterns, and he's actually offering you solutions. He's telling you how to be able to identify them, how to be able to laugh at them, and make peace with them. I will read from the book at one place when he says, "When I looked more carefully at the occasions when I had experienced betrayal by people close to me, I could see how often I had set myself up. I had taken select events and tweaked them until they fit into my script." So that is, I think, the essence of the book for me. And that is why I think this is a book for everyone. And I keep getting these questions from a lot of colleagues, from other people who have just started reading the book. They tell me, is it a parallel to the kind of work that Doc does with patients of substance abuse or with patients of depression? And it is not. It is not, because the unconscious patterns that we repeat are similar to all of us. For some people it could be drugs, for some people it could be sleepless nights, for some people it could be beating up your children. So I think it is a book for all of us, and once you read it, you'll discover a side to yourself that you've not known before. Thank you.
I'd like Riyaz to actually specify the role of social in this entire book launch.
Good evening, people. Thank you so much for coming out on a Saturday afternoon. And I think it will be an hour really, really well spent. I've known Doc for a while now. And the first time I met Doc, he was this crazy man sitting in this funky room with Pink Floyd playing in the background, chain smoking away, and the first thing I remember seeing was this beautiful poster in the back of this song called "Wish You Were Here," and Kriti Monga right here had actually designed that, and I was like, man, this guy is so cool, because I was really, really impressed by the music playing and as well as the poster over there. I thought it was incredible. And the more I started talking to Doc, I thought he was this brash man, loud, obnoxious, slightly bordering on irreverent. But I think that the more I started talking to this man, and I started realizing that there's absolutely no BS, no jargon, no bullshit, no heavy psychiatric, psychological big words that people keep using. It's just a man who feels just the way that you do, and has had the same experience that you're doing, and has this deep sense of empathy for people around him, and also not just has a deep sense of empathy, but also has, through his own journey, been able to figure out the route to happiness, in a sense. And I mean, this man is just, he wears his heart on the sleeve, he's smiling one minute, he's just crying like a baby the next minute. And I think that he's really living life unafraid. And with social, we get a chance to work a lot with millennials. They are our customers. They help us develop the product. They work with me in the office. They're very inspiring. But at the same time, there's also a kind of restlessness or a sense of sadness that I sense coming from them. But I think that it is in part contributed to this kind of life fully exposed on social media, where you just have to have a perfect life. I think I read an article just 2 days ago about how Instagram was making people depressed. Because everybody seemed to have this perfect life, this awesome, they were doing all these fantastic things, they had all these awesome friends, they had all this awesome fashion sense, and sometimes even I look at them and I'm like, damn, I really need to get a stylist or something, or I need to get a better haircut, or I need to get better clothes, or I need to get a better watch, or I need to go on holidays, because it was just, everybody seems to be having the life of my dreams also. So, and just to see, this kind of deep-rooted anxiety of FOMO, which is fear of missing out, LOMO, which is you live only once. Maybe I'm getting them wrong, but YOLO, sorry. YOLO. And this need to always be doing something, and it kind of takes a toll on you. It makes, and I have seen it at a personal level. His ability to get through to people, to these really hard, almost inscrutable nuts to crack. You can't just get through to some people. And I don't know how he does it, but he gets through to them. And not only does he get through to them, he transforms them. So people who have been part of his family will always be part of his family, no matter which part of the world they are and how far removed they are. I have never seen this kind of loyalty. Which is what social is going to do with this book, sorry. But
so now, I think everybody, you know your Manisha Koirala. I'm going to introduce my Manisha Koirala. The way I know Manisha, she is the most beautiful human being that I have experienced in my entire life. She's a Jan. So I think we should call her Manisha Jan. No, really. And for anybody who can experience it, I don't know if you know this star, I don't know that star, I know this friend, I know this person who is very, very good. And I think there couldn't have been a better person to launch my book other than this human being who's sitting on my left, looking so hot. Yeah. So before she speaks, I would, one second. I would like her to actually unveil the book.
Ajay.
And now I request Manisha to talk about, it's very important, whatever she feels like. Whatever makes her happy.
Good evening, everyone. I've known Doc over the years, and when he calls, I cannot say no. And it's always a pleasure, it's an honor because he said that I am a good human being. I think one of the world's best human beings is him. He's really has helped many people. The one core thing that I adore about Dog is his love for people and his honesty, earnesty, and I love the way he thinks. I love his mind, and so I'm really keen. I haven't really read your book, but I'm really keen to know more about happiness. Through our long conversations over the years, and I remember we had this debate and this thing about life's purpose and meaning of life, and you shared few things, so I'm really keen to know what you've written. I wish you all the best for this book. I'm sure it's going to help many people. And that's that. And yeah. Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Okay, this book has actually 42 fundas. For the guys who don't know, my qualification to write the book is my own suffering. I've been unhappy most of my life. Finally, I've cracked the code. And 42 of those simple fundas are in this book. So I take the opportunity to explain 2 or 3 of them. The first funda I want to talk about, we call it the ambulance funda. You know, all my fundas are either through observation or inference. And this funda is called the ambulance funda. Please pay attention, it's very important. You know, one of my patients, before he came to me, he was in a rehab in Bangalore. And they would allow him to go every week to NG Road to have pizza. And he would wear his best shirt and best pant and his dark glasses. And he would not be allowed to get out of the ambulance because he would run away. So this guy would go and get the pizza and he would be waving at the children who were waving at him around him. And as he progressively went there, he started also wearing a tie. Then he started wearing a suit. So he thought, he was the important guy. One day, after 3 months, he was allowed to get down from the ambulance. So when he went over there, he was like a celebrity. You know, everybody was waving at him, he was waving at them. And then when coming back into the ambulance, he read the name of the ambulance. What was written on the ambulance was Gadam Ambulance, Home for the Mentally Disabled. So they were actually waving at a psycho. And he was thinking that they were waving at a celebrity. You know, even when I take my boys, we travel a lot all over the world. We go to Pattaya, we go to the Bangkok, walking street. Where all these transvestites, these girls are there. The moment my boys enter the walking street, they just come out and start. And all these girls are cheering them. So actually the guy thinks that I'm very, whatever, or attractive. But actually all the girls that are seeing is money written over it. So I think it's very important when we are interacting with people, when people are looking at us, what are they reading? You know, because people are responding to us according to what they are reading. So even when sometimes when a program gets over and the parents say, you know, Doc has done so much, he's like a god, they're talking shit. Because they see that written over here. So please do not get influenced by what people are seeing, what is written over here. You know who you are. And we should not get influenced by that. Another simple funda is that we call it the train funda. You know, the way I see life, whenever we are born, we are in a train compartment. Just assume that you are in a train compartment and the train compartment is headed to a destination called death. So for me, more than half of my time in the train compartment, I spend near the door of the compartment. Either I lost someone, I was waiting for them to come back, or there's some irritating guy that wanted them to get out of the compartment. But in life, nothing like that happens. Sometimes people get off, they come back. Sometimes they get off, they don't come back. Like my father who expired never came back into the compartment. So instead of staying at the door of the train compartment and waiting, you might as well enjoy whoever is in the compartment. Anyway, the train is going to death. So what do we do then when these people are coming in and out of our compartment? I think what my thought is, let us enjoy whoever is in our compartment. Let us learn from them. when they step out, let us share those teachings with other guys who are in the compartment. So there's no point. Basically, just to be in the here and now, in the present time. Just because that is what it's all about. The third one I want to say, I don't want to say all 40 rooms by my fault. So the third one. It is very nice because the paradoxical pre-intention is done. What do you do when someone is talking shit about you? What do you do when someone is spreading rumors about you? Well, the paradoxical pre-intention funda. Why I say pre-intention? Because I believe in the intention theory. What you believe happens. So this is not an intention, it's a pre-intention. If suppose somebody is spoiling my name, somebody is talking shit about me, all I have to do is sit alone, in my mind, give him the permission to talk shit about me. So then when I see him talking shit about me, I give him permission to try to talk shit about me and try to hurt me. I'm not giving permission to hurt me, to try to hurt me. So now as I read in the news or I read from paper, everybody's taking out dogs this, dogs that, I said, I'm happy actually. Which are trying so hard here. Because I'm the person who's giving them the permission to hurt. And you cannot be faced by that. So there are very many fundas like this in the book. You know, I think life is all about experiencing things and sharing them. Happiness is all about looking at what you have. You know, I mean, I had this wonderful human being in my life, and I'm happy now. I keep looking at the points in time, because most of the time she's not in my train compartment. She's randomly trekking in some compartment, or she's randomly going on some metro. But whenever she has entered my compartment, Manisha, absolutely beautiful, every moment. And thank you very much, everybody. Now we can have question and answer session begin, but we will have only questions. We won't direct questions to Riyaz about what is the price of drinks in this restaurant or things like that. We will restrict our questions to happiness. So anybody has questions, I'm sure anybody over here would like to answer them. Do you have any questions?
जनता बैठ करते हैं
बात कर लेते हैं
साउंड नहीं आ रहा चलो भाई तुम फोटो मारो
Why?
हाँ एक मिनट
Okay, sorry. No, I was saying if anybody has any questions on happiness, directed either at Riyaz or Manisha or Devashri. Quite a fantastic editor. And since nobody wants it, I would like to also call. You know, I want to tell everybody one thing. When I don't know if you all know my story, but if you don't know it, you can buy the book. But when I was on the streets, one person who helped me the most was this gentleman who'd been eating a lot of food and he become fat. His name is Asif. Asif, please stand up. It is a boys and girls. Give him a big hand here. And this book, I'm telling all the cameramen here, after Manisha leaves, this book also has very nice sketches in it. If you want to take pictures, they make fantastic pictures. I just like her to stand. She's Kriti Monga. She's the person who had done them. And shall we now conclude?
Hi, Manisha, एक सवाल.
ऑडियो साउंड नहीं आ रहा है साउंड नहीं आ रहा है
चलो फोटो ले लो पहला फोटो
कनेक्शन आपने ये दौर देखा जब आप मेंटली बहुत परेशान थी, हालांकि आप बीच में कैंसर से पीड़ित थी और उससे आप उभर कर आई, तो उस फेज के बारे में कुछ बता सकती हैं जब मेंटली आप डिस्टर्ब?
हाँ, देखिए उतार चढ़ाव हर एक की ज़िंदगी में आता है और मेरे लाइफ में भी आया और पहले जब आता था तो मैं प्रिपेयर नहीं थी, लेकिन अभी भी आता है, लेकिन अभी मुझे टूल्स मालूम है, अभी मुझे मालूम है क्या करना चाहिए. So I can ride through smoothly in the tough phases. This is the most normal thing, is to feel sad or depressed. लेकिन हमारे सोसाइटी ने उसको टाबू कर देते हैं और सब क्योंकि जैसे ये कह रहे थे कि सोशल मीडिया में और इंस्टाग्राम में सब लोग इतना खुश दिखते हैं, सब लोग अपना इतना परफेक्ट दिखते हैं, तो मतलब कोई दुखी है और कोई सैड है, डिप्रेस है, तो लगता है अब नॉर्मल है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. आई थिंक इट्स द मोस्ट नॉर्मल थिंग And in today's time, today's challenging days, the kind of stress level, the kind of anxiety one has, I think it's the most common thing. It's good to accept that. It's good to take help when you have an issue, and do not be ashamed about it, because today everybody is going through that, and just get help.
मनीषा एक और सवाल इससे हटके
And according to the WHO, 4 out of 10 people in the world are depressed. So don't be shy.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, I mean, when my father died, I'm not expected to do a bhangra after that, right? I'm supposed to be depressed. If something doesn't work for me, I get depressed. So we just learn how to deal with the depression.
Absolutely.
And I think given a big hand, it's a fantastic answer.
मनीषा एक सवाल और कि अभी आपकी आने वाली जो फिल्म है संजू, उसका टीजर भी लॉन्च हो गया है, काफी उससे तारीफ मिल रही है। आप तो उस टीजर में नजर नहीं आए, लेकिन आप नरगिस का किरदार निभा रहे, कुछ बताएंगे कितनी एक्साइटेड?
मैं बहुत छोटे में बताऊंगी कि this today's focus is the book, the Happyness, but I'm really honored to have played Nargis Dajji, and it's like any actress's dream role. Though मेरा किरदार बहुत छोटा है, it's a special appearance, but I'm really excited about the film. I'm really excited about this my role. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
Our spelling of the book is Happyness. Because one thing he just said, happiness is a choice. It is my book. It is my choice. Number two, what I'm trying to prove is that you will have to break out of conditioning if you really want to be happy. Get out of the conditioned spelling, get out of conditioned things. You know, we are conditioning. If I get a home, I will be happy. If I get a wife, I will be happy. If I get a girlfriend, I will be happy. You don't get happy extrinsically. Happiness is something very internal. So unless we crack this stupid conditioning that is, you have to be a good student, you have to be a sharp performer, all that goes away. I think that's why we've kept the name Happiness. And thank you for asking the question. And now shall we leave?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us today.
It's called Happiness. I think it's a code of human existence. What's the point, right? I mean, we all want to know how to be happy, and I think Doc has cracked it and he's written it, and I really highly recommend this.
Okay, कौन सा पैराग्राफ आपको सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद आया अगर इस बुक की अगर बात करें, और क्या आपको मोटिवेशन मिला इस बुक को पढ़ने के बाद?
Chapter 1.
मुझे इस बुक लिखने के लिए इनका मोटिवेशन मिला। ये बहुत ही अच्छी इंसान है। I want to tell people that emotional bonding cools down your brain, you feel good. So if you don't have friends, please go out and get friends. Everybody can't be friends with Manisha Koirala, but get your own Manisha Koirala.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
मैं एक सोलो कर रहा हूँ। दादा एक मिनट।
पासिंग मत दो।